All right, thanks, guys. Ole Miss hosts Mississippi State on Turkey Day. That's going to be a 7:30 Eastern kickoff, Thanksgiving Eve. Now, Mississippi State opened the betting as the 9-point favorites, total at 58. Since those markets opened this one up, Mississippi State is taking a little bit of money here. We're also seeing a little bit of movement toward the over when it comes to the total. Mississippi State's now minus 11 with the total moving upward to 61 even. So once again, Mississippi State open 9, now 11, total open 58, up to 61 flat. Now Ole Miss is just 2-8 ATS for the season, 0-6 covering as the official dog. Have not covered one spread when catching the points this season. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mississippi State 8-2 to the under for the year, 4-0 to the under in their games away from home. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take Mississippi State minus 11 and the under 61 total points in this one. And before we get into some more games, I just want to welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for college football week 13, I believe it is already. Unbelievable. But before we get into any more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage, a documented record of 5-1-1 in my last 7 daily best plays, you're mathematically hitting over 80% in the past week. So pretty good there. Check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage, patreon.com/BrockPage. And let's go ahead and hop into some more games. And got one right there for you. We're talking about Buffalo at Bowling Green. 12 o'clock Eastern kickoff this Friday. And all starts for this program are Eastern Standard Time. So I don't have to keep saying Eastern Standard Time. So just so we're on the same page there. But anyway, Buffalo at Bowling Green. 12 o'clock kickoff this Friday. Buffalo opened as the 13.5-point favorites, total at 59. Buffalo took a little money in the early going. They're now 14.5. Total moved upward as well. Once again, Buffalo opened 13.5 up to 14.5. Total open 59 up to 60 and a hook. Buffalo's 8-2 against the spread so far in their qualifying games. They've covered their last 7 out of their last 8 as the favorite. 7-1 ATS when laying the points. Buffalo's also 8-2 to the over so far for the season. 4-1 to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 25 points per contest, oddly enough. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward Buffalo minus 14 after buying the hook, and the over 60.5 in this one. I don't think I'm going to find our next one. But my next game of interest is going to be Coastal Carolina at South Alabama. 3:30 Eastern kickoff this Friday. Coastal opened as the 1.5-point favorite, the total at 58.5. Not a whole lot of movement in this one, just a half a point here or there. Coastal's now -1, total's down to 58 flat. Once again, Coastal Carolina opened -1.5, down to -1, total open 58 and a hook, down to 58 even. Now South Alabama, they're 8-2 to the over so far for the season, 4-0 to the over in their games at the current posted total. Meanwhile, on the Coastal side of things, they're 5-1 to the over in their games at the current posted total themselves. So I'm not really interested in the total I'm not really interested in the sides or picking a winner in this one, but I do like a play on the total. Give me the over. 58 total points in this one. Hey, there it is. Next game, Virginia at Virginia Tech. 3:30 kickoff Friday, the day after Turkey Day. UVA opened -4 with a total at 50 even. Not a whole lot of movement in this one. We are seeing some movement toward Virginia. Right now they're -5. So once again, UVA opened 4, now 5. Total's 50 even. Now UVA is 7-3 against the number so far for the season. 2-0 ATS in their games at the current total. Meanwhile, on the Virginia Tech side, one of the worst covering teams in college football. They failed to cover in 7 out of their last 9. They've also failed to cover in all 4 of their ball games on their home turf. So with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Virginia Cavaliers -5, getting the job done on the road. All right, next game, UCF. Look at that. We got it queued up there too. UCF at USF, 4:15 Friday. UCF opened the betting as the 14-point favorites, total at 69. Not a whole lot of movement in this one. UCF still -14. Total moves slightly upward to 69.5. Once again, UCF opened 14, remains at 14. Total open 69, up to 69 and a hook. Now, Central Florida is 7-2 against the spread so far in their qualifying games. 7-2 7-2 against the spread when laying the points. Meanwhile, on the other side, South Florida is just 4-6 against the spread so far on the year. They failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4 at home. So with all that said and done, got to ride with the hot hand. The number 9 ranked UCF Golden Knights, -14, getting the job done against the number. All right, next game. Huge game here. Can't wait for this one. This is going to be exciting. Oklahoma at FIU, 8 o'clock kickoff, Friday night. Nice primetime game. Super excited for that one. Great way to close out Black Friday there. OU opened as the 2.5-point favorite, total at 82. Rotund points. Total open at 82. Not a whole lot of movement on the spread in the early going. No line movement there. We are seeing a little bit of movement upward on the total, though. No surprises there. Once again, OU open 2.5. Still the 2.5-point favorites. Total open 82 up to 84 flat. Now, Oklahoma is 10-1 to the over so far for this season. So 10 out of their 11 games on the year, qualifying games, went over the line. They're 8-0 to the over when the line was 60 or more as well. Meanwhile, on the West Virginia side, no lack of points there either. 2-0 to the over, taking on teams averaging more than 32 points per contest. So with all that said and done, Oklahoma should get the job done, but I'm not really concerned about the sides. I do like the total in this one. Give me the over, 84. Let's see some points in that one. Give me the over, 84 total points in that game there. All right, next game, another game I'm very, very interested in. It's going to be running around the same time as that game I just did there between Oklahoma and West Virginia. But the next game I'm referring to is Washington at Washington State. I've been paying close attention to Washington State all season long. Have used them in some Patreon picks. But anyway, that is an 8:30 kickoff Friday night. Once again, great way to end Black Friday with another great game there on the West Coast. Now, Washington State opened as the 3-point favorites. Total at 53 even. Since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing a slight fade of Washington State. Unbelievable. Fade of Washington State in the early going and significant movement downward on the total. Right now, Washington State is -2.5 with the total moving downward to 49 even. Once again, Washington State open 3, now 2.5. Total open 53, down to 49 even. Now, Washington State, Wazoo, 9-1 against the spread in qualifying games this year. 6-1 ATS when laying the points. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Huskies just 2-8 ATS overall, failing to cover in 8 out of their last 10 qualifying games. They also failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 games on the road. This is a tight spread. This is a small number, but I got to lean toward the chalk. I got to lean toward the guys who've been covering the number all year long. Give me Washington State -2 after buying the 0.5 point, and that is my pick for that game there. All right, next game. I'm looking for Marshall. I'm not going to look for it too long. Yeah, I'm not going to get it there. But anyway, Marshall at FIU, 12 o'clock kickoff at Florida International. Marshall is the 3-point favorites in this one. Marshall open +1.5. Now the 3-point favorites. Flip of the lines in that one. Totals 52.5. FIU's 8-2 against the spread overall. 3-1 ATS on the road. Marshall, on the other side, 2-4 against the spread, laying the points. 1-3 ATS in their games at the current posted total. So with all that said and done, I'm going to take the home dog in this one. Give me FIU +3, getting the job done at home. Next game, Navy at Tulane. Did I pass that? I must have. Navy at Tulane. There it is. Navy at Tulane, 12 o'clock kickoff. Tulane's -7 at home. Totals 53.5. Tulane's 9-1 to the under so far for the season. 4-0 to the under in their games at home. They're also 4-0 to the under in their games at the current posted total. And 4-0 to the under, taking on teams averaging less than 25 points per contest. I'm not real interested in the sides in this one. Give me a play on the total. I like the under 53 and a hook in this one. Next game, NC State. There it is, man. Doing good with the little thing over here. NC State at UNC, 12:20 kickoff. NC State opened 6, now 7. Total open 64, all the way down to 59.5. The Tar Heels are 7-2 to the over for the year, 4-0 to the over in their last 4. The Tar Heels are also 3-0 to the over, taking on teams averaging more than 32 points per contest. Give me the over 59.5 in that one. Next game, ODU. I don't think I'm finding that one on the board. ODU at Rice, 1 o'clock kickoff. Old Dominion opened 10, all the way down to 7.5. Total 63 and a hook. Just keep in mind, ODU is 8-2 to the over this season, 5-0 to the over in their games away from home. ODU is also 5-0 to the over, taking on teams averaging less than 25 points per contest. Very bizarre stat there. So once again, not really interested in the sides, but I do like a play on the total. Give me the over 63.5 in the ODU Rice ball game. Next game, probably won't find this one on the board either. I am talking about New Mexico State at Liberty, 2 o'clock kickoff at Liberty. The Liberty Flames open 9, now -8. Total open 74, down to 73. New Mexico State is just 2-8 against the spread for the season, failing to cover in 8 out of their last 10 ball games that qualified. They've also failed to cover in 7 out of their last 8 qualifying games as the official Vegas underdog. Really just not a great job. 1-7 against the spread, catching the points. Meanwhile, on the Liberty side, they've done a good job this year in certain areas. But New Mexico State, they're just 1-5 ATS away from home. 1-5 ATS versus sub-500 teams. So with all that said and done, give me Liberty -8, laying the points at home. All right, couple more games here for you. Rapid fire. And this is the one we're all talking about. Well, most people are talking about. We're talking about Auburn, Bama. Let's see if we can cue that up on the screen. We got Penn State. There it is. Auburn, Bama, 3:30 kickoff in Alabama. The Crimson Tide are -24. Total open 53, down to 52 and a hook. Auburn's 2-8 to the over for the year, 0-4 to the over in their games on the road. Auburn's also 0-4 to the over, taking on teams averaging more than 32 points per contest. Really weird stat there. Bama, 0-2 to the over in their games at the current total. So this is a pretty big number, this 24 number. I'm really not interested in making a play on the sides when it comes to that large number. But when it comes to the total, I think we're going to see this one stay under. Give me the under 52.5 in this one. All right, next game, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. There it is. There's the big T. Tennessee at Vanderbilt, 4 o'clock Eastern kickoff. Vandy's -3.5. Totals 51, down to 50.5. Vandy's 8-2 to the under so far for the season, 4-1 to the under in their games at home. Tennessee 6-4 to the under themselves, 3-1 to the under in their games on the road. Not really interested in the sides in this one. Have no interest in betting a winner, but I do like the total. Give me the under 50.5 in this one. All right, next game, Colorado. That's a 7 o'clock game. Let's see if I can find it. I'm not going to take too much time. Yeah, I don't see it up there unless I passed it. Yeah. Anyway, Colorado at Cal, 7 o'clock Eastern kickoff at Cal. The Golden Bears open 11, now 11.5, totals 43. Colorado's 8-2 to the under so far for the season. 4 out of their last 5 stayed under the line away from home. Meanwhile, Cal, 8-1 to the under, 3-1 to the under at home. Both teams 2-0 to the under in their last 2 respectively. Not worried about the sides in this one, but I do like the under 43 in this one. Next game, San Jose State, Fresno, 7 o'clock kickoff. Fresno open -31. They're now -32. Total open 51, down to 49.5. Fresno's 8-2 to the under for the year, 3-0 to the under, taking on teams averaging less than 25 points a contest. San Jose State's also gone under in 2 out of their last 3. Not worried about laying that big number or catching that big number for that matter, but I do like a play on the total. Give me the under 49.5 in this one. All right, next game, Kentucky, Louisville. There it is. Kentucky, Louisville, 7 o'clock kickoff in Louisville. Kentucky opened 17.5, now 17. Totals 51, up to 52. Louisville has failed to cover in 9 out of their last 10. They've also failed to cover in 7 out of their last 8 as the dog. Just 1-7 against the spread, catching the points. Louisville is also just 1-4 ATS in their games on their home turf. No brainer for me here. Give me UK -17, getting the job done on the road. All right, next game, North Texas. Not going to find that on the board. North Texas at Texas San Antonio. 7 o'clock kickoff at UTSA. Texas open, North Texas, open 21 up to 24. Totals 51.5. North Texas is just 2-8 to the over for the year. 0-5 to the over on the road. UTSA is just 1-2 to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 25 points per contest. Give me the under 51 and a hook in that one. All right, 2 games to go here. Next game is going to be a little bit later, and there it is. I found it. BYU at Utah. 10 o'clock kickoff at Utah. The Utah, are they the Utah State's the Aggies? The Utah Utes, I believe, right? Opened the betting as the 13.5 point favorites. That moved down to 11.5. Totals 44. Once again, Utah opened 13.5, down to 11.5. Totals 44. BYU's just 2-8 to the over for the year. 0-5 to the over away from home. BYU's also 0-5 to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 25 points per contest. Not interested in the number in this one. I do like a play on the total. Give me the under 44 total points in this one. All right, next and final game for the show. That is going to be the Aggies. That is the Utah State Aggies taking on the Boise State Broncos. 10:15 kickoff at Boise State on the Smurf turf. Boise opened 3, now 2.5. Total 67 and a hook. Utah State is 8-2 against the spread for the year. They successfully covered the number in 3 out of their last 4 ball games. Meanwhile, on the Boise side, they failed to cover in 2 out of their last 4 themselves. They're also just 3-4 against the spread in their last 7. Total-wise, Utah State 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Give me Utah State -2 after buying the half a point and the over 67.5 in this one.